Okay, this is Math 6, Module 4, Lesson 21, Writing and Evaluating Expressions, doing multiplication and addition. So it says, the Italian Villa restaurant has square tables that servers can push together to accommodate the customers. Only one chair fits along the side of the square table. Make a model of each situation to determine how many seats will fit around various rectangle tables. So that means a chair would go here, 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 and here. So for one table, we would have 4 seats. Now for 2 tables, when they're pushed together, we would have the one here, 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 and here. So that is 6 total. So for 2 chairs, or for 2 tables, that is 6 chairs. Now, for 3, you're going to have the 3 on this side, and the 2 on the end, which is going to be 8. Now for 4, you're going to have 4, 8, and then each on the end would be 10. And then for 5, if you see the pattern here, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, same thing. But now, how would we do this for 50? Okay. How do we go all the way up to 50? How would we figure that out? So first of all, it says, are there any other ways that we can think about the solutions to this problem? We've got to kind of think about it here. Okay. Now, how did we go from 1 to 4, 2 to 6, 3 to 8, 4 to 10, and 5 to 12? Well, we could say 1 times 2 plus 2. That's 2 plus 2 equals 4. What about for 4? That would be 4 times 2 plus 2, and that equals 10. And so that works out, right? Those work out. So that is our formula. So if that's our formula, it would be tables times 2 plus 2. Now, let's think about that logically. That's saying that if we have one table, we've got the one on each side and one on each end, right? Well, when we push them together, we still have one on each side, and then we have one at the end of each table. So we're still adding the 2 to it. So if we do that for 50, we would have 50 times 2 plus 2. That's going to be 102. Now if we do 200 times 2 plus 2, that's 400 plus 2 is 402. Now, what about for t? Well, we would have to write that as t times 2 plus 2, or 2t plus 2. We can write that either way, right? So let's write 2t. Let's write it as capital T since it's written or given to us as capital T plus 2. So for any number of tables, we're going to multiply that by 2 and add 2. So it is impractical to make a model of pushing 50 tables together and making a long rectangle. If we did have a rectangle that long, how many chairs would fit on the long side of the table? So we're only talking about the long sides of the table. Well, we know that 50 tables we would set on each side of it, so that would just be 50 on each side, and there's the two sides would be the long sides, so that would be 100 people or seats. Okay. How many chairs fit on each ends of the long table? Well, there's only two ends of the long table because it's one long rectangle, right? So 50 here, 50 here, and then just 1 and 1. So there would only be 2 at the ends of the table, 2 chairs, 1 on each side. So how many chairs fit in all? Well, 100 plus 2 is 102. And we've already come up with that right here. Now, it says work with your group to determine how many chairs would fit around a very long rectangle table of 200 square tables pushed together. Well, we already know our formula, right? 2 times 200 plus 2, and that is 402. And that's what we got down here. And then T, we've already done these for T right here. So we've already done all of that just really quick. Right, page 2. It says, look at example 1 with your group. Determine the cost for various numbers of pizza, and also determine the expression that describes the cost of having P pizzas delivered. So, Pizza Queen has a special offer on lunch pizzas, $4 each. They charge $2 to deliver, regardless of how many pizzas are ordered. Determine the cost of various numbers of pizza, and also determine the expression that describes the cost of having P pizzas delivered. So we want to go ahead and determine this expression so that we can just plug in our numbers of pizzas for our answers. So if they're $4 each, that would be, let's count P is our pizzas, so the $4 per pizza, right? But we also have to take into consideration that every delivery, no matter how many pizzas, is going to be $2. Okay? So we would have plus $2, and that's going to give us our total. Okay? So what mathematical operations do you perform for the total cost? Well, we would do multiplication and addition. Okay? Because we're going to multiply the number of pizzas by 4, and then we're going to add 2 to it. So then it says, suppose your principal wanted to buy a pizza for everyone in our class. Determine how much this would cost. Well, in our class, we have 8 students. So we'll say 4, or a pizza for each student. So that would be 8 pizzas. So 4 times 8 plus the $2 to have it delivered. Well, 4 times 8 is 32 plus 2. That's going to cost $34 for the pizzas plus the delivery. If the Booster Club had $400 to spend on pizza, what would be the greatest number of pizzas they could order? Oh, that's a good question. We have our total, and we've got to figure out how many pizzas. So let's just rewrite our equation here. 4p plus 2 equals $400. Okay, how would we solve this? Well, we can't do 4 times p because we don't know it. And plus 2, we don't have anything to do with that. So this is where Mr. Anderson says, if you can do it, do it. If you can't, do the opposite. What's the opposite of plus 2? You subtract 2. Subtract 2. Now, that cancels this and gives us 4p is equal to $398. Because we got to subtract that delivery cost, right, to find out how many pizzas we can get. Now, 4p, that's 4 times p. Can we do it? We can't, because we don't know what p is. So we do the opposite. So what's the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So we're going to divide by 4, and P equals, I know it's going to be 9, but I'm going to do it on here to see. 99.5. So are you going to order a half of a pizza? Probably not, right? So you're going to have 99 pizzas. And we could have done that easily by saying 100 times 4 is 400, but we don't have enough, so we'll probably just have to do 99 pizzas. All right, so if pizza cost was raised to $5 and every pizza and the delivery price was raised to $3, create a table that shows the total cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the same thing. We're just going to have to modify our equation. Okay, our equation will be $5 per pizza plus the $3 delivery fee gives us the total cost. So now we can just plug those in. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is $8. And then guess what? All we have to do is add 5 to these because the delivery cost is already calculated in. And so we're just changing the 5p part. So if we're going up by 1, that means we're just adding 5 to it. So that'll be 13, that'll be 18, that'll be 23, that'll be 28. And then we would just have our equation here, 5p plus 3. Now, if you don't trust me on that, you can plug each one of these into p and get your answer there. Okay? And that is it.